I can see you. Are you there?
I can hear you, and I see a lovely picture of you, but I don't think it's the live view. Hey.
Hey. What's up, man?
What's good?
Nothing much, man. Nothing, well, just been busy with trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah, dude. Got the test presses. That's exciting.
Yeah. I'm trying to set up my phone real quick.
Rock and roll.
That'll do. Is it all right, like oriented that way, or is it sideways?
Yeah, that should be cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'm recording it, but it's not live or nothing, so there's editing options if we need them.
Awesome, man.
I've also never done this, so we'll see how it works out when it's all said and done.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, dude. It's like this summer's like 2 years since we did this thing, which is crazy. It's been that long. But I thought it'd be fun to talk about some stuff.
It's been like a year and a half almost, huh, since September. September was over 6 months ago.
Was it September we did that?
Yeah, we did like September 23rd and 24th, I think it was.
Nice.
So
yeah, September was
the dates
hot out there. So I was like, it must have been in the middle of the summer. But
yeah, man. I remember at night, like we were all wiped out, and
yeah,
the pool was hotter than the air outside because it had just been so cold. Seriously.
I think it was a couple of days before our session started. It was like 120 degrees or something crazy like that.
Yeah, during the summer, man, it's always like that down here. It's crazy. It's crazy hot.
Not used to it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So 2 days is all it took. That's incredible. Like we literally had that studio booked for. I was there longer, obviously, but for this thing 2 freaking days.
Yeah, we knocked it out, man. It was like I don't know what we called each other like 2 weeks before, and you're like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna be in Tempe," and I'm like, "Cool, we should do something," because it, really the first time since Burn the Insects.
Yeah.
And then came down, and because I had quit my job right at that time because I was gonna go to California anyways,
mm-hmm.
and then yeah, so I was like, all right, well, let's just focus all of my energy on music right now. And then so it was like nonstop practicing for that record just to knock it out,
Yeah. So. And I mean, you played everything. So like, I remember I had just like a pad of paper with like every single song name, and then just check boxes for like drums, guitars, bass, vocals, miscellaneous or whatever. Yeah. And we just as we would do stuff, just check it off. And like day one, we came like the night before and we set up the drums and stuff. But like day one, we had all of the drums tracks. I think we had all of the bass or all of the guitar or most of it done like on that first day. Minimal.
Yeah, most of the details were done, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. I wish all
it was really. Remember we recorded Snowburn first, and the snare head broke like on the first. And I was like, no, dude, I had it like perfect sounding, dude.
And then one of the studio snares had the exact same head, like the size of the model, and just swapped it.
Yeah. I lucked out on that.
Like footage I sent you, there's a bit in there somewhere where we were like, oh, like here's go to this song and then listen to this one real fast to make sure the snares were like sounded cool enough or like was good enough, I don't even remember. I guess it was Snowburn, obviously now, but like when you listen to it, I don't ever think about that.
Yeah, it's close, man. It's definitely close, but I noticed that with the backup snare that we used, it's a little more like 80s, like goosh, like a little lower, I guess. Like
yeah,
but
definitely.
It still turned out really, really neat, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm proud of our work.
Me too, dude. Yeah, I can't wait to knock out the next session, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, dude, we'll talk about that soon. I'm actually in the market for like renting studio space out here now because I have so much crap. Like it's time. I just need to have my own space. So
awesome.
There's a lot of other cool studios out here, so we can make stuff happen.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Maybe we talk about before the sessions too, because I remember before I knew I was going out there, you were sending me tracks. Some of them ended up some of them were the same songs that we retracked, but
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Songs going in.
I mean, I was playing with all of the songs we kind of wrote live, and then it's really difficult for me to sing some of those songs live in that tuning, like over and over. So what I did was, because we had like 5 demos that I had you mix from me and this drummer Tom. We did it at his house, and we did it also, which was really cool, on top of Mingus Mountain. I'm actually at the base of Mingus right now, but we did it on top of the mountain in the woods, and it was really fun. Like, just like right now, we had a generator set outside, but we had like all the amps inside, like blaring in our ears, you know. It was pretty cool, man. But yeah, I guess we just like really refined those, or I really refined them before coming in with you, and it really like showed, man. It really turned out way heavier. Like, just the like bringing one note down or one note up or having that octave difference really changes the whole deal.
It wasn't, if I remember right, you were going to bring a drummer for the tracking, right? And I can't remember if it was like a couple days ahead or if it was when you showed up for the first time where you're just like, I fired the drummer, like, I'm going to be drumming.
Yeah. That was the same guy. And I really like the guy and respect him. And he great guy, good friend, but like, he couldn't play to a click track. So that's it. Yeah. Can't, if you can't play in time, like, you can't play music.
Yeah. And that was really important for what we were doing, because you sent me demos for everything with click tracks, roughs of like every single song that I just had in every session. And you you had the drums first, obviously. So you just play the drums to that. It was incredible, like, because you had the timings down, like exactly how long the gaps need to be. Like if they were like the intros of the song, it'd be like, you knew exactly where you had to come in.
And be like, all right, it's on the 7th click and the 5th clap.
Yeah, exactly. But you knew that. Like, it was that went so fast. We had the drums done so quickly. It was great.
Yeah, man. To be honest, man, drums, I was so worried about, because all I remember was the first time we were recorded together, and we got stuck on Distorted Seclusion because I had never played a beat like that before. It was the same thing. The drummer was like, yeah, I don't want to come record with you guys. And so then it fell on me, like, I got to do this, you know? But like, I had that like fear in the back of my mind that I'd be like, oh man, can we restart? Like for like hours. And I'm like, I know we only have 2 days to do this. I have to get this done. So I just practiced pretty much drums the most the 2 weeks prior to that.
Yeah.
But it paid off, man, for sure.
It certainly did, yeah. It's funny bringing up the Brendan Insect sessions. That was in Oakland, and you and your dad drove from Arizona for that with all of your stuff.
Yeah.
That was another 2 days. We just had the 2 days. We got the whole thing done. I remember for that one, like, we got everything set up. You had to play drums, and your dad was playing bass, like you two together, separate rooms or whatever. Yeah, all the basics, all the songs of all drums and all bass. And it's probably the second day where you had to go back and add your guitars. And like, since he'd like changed his bass strings in the van.
Oh yeah, they were all.
By the time we got there, like they were in tune, like with each other, but not like to the pitch that you wrote the songs to. Like they drifted. So we trying to be to add the guitars, and we're like, no, dude, you're out of tune, man. You're like, I'm perfectly in tune. Like, it's got to be the bass. And I was like, yeah, the bass slipped. So like I would isolate the bass on like some root note. You would like get that string in tune, and then like tune the rest of your guitar to that string for all of the songs.
Yeah. And I'm pretty used to doing that anyways, because me and my dad never really used like traditional tuners very much. Yeah. I always felt like I've never had my guitar professionally set up or anything like that. So my intonation is always kind of wonky. Mm-hmm. And for me, man, that's why I like sticking with the same guitar, because I know the guitar. I know that the 7th fret on the G string is going to be a little sharp, so I'll tune it a little flat. And it's like you kind of get a little golden zone on the neck, like play here, not here.
That's funny.
So, yeah, that was tricky.
That was crazy. Yeah, I guess the backstory on that was was Burn the Insects touring that summer, and that's how I met you guys. So I met you at the Store Club for a show.
That was the summer prior, or maybe So we recorded that one in September as well, I believe. We're a September recording band, I guess. But
wow, a better memory than me because I had no time. I had no idea what time that was.
I'm pretty sure it was September because we were playing Oakland in May, and because we played a show out here. Our first show was the one right before Oakland, where like this guy tried to, he was like, he was trying to tell us we're too loud at an outdoor show, like with like no houses for miles, man. And like this guy, he's on stage. There's video of it. I pushed this guy off me. I'm like, get off of me, dude. And then he's like talking in the drummer's ear like this whole time. Me's like, like trying to keep time, and he's all, hey, you guys need to stop it. And I'm just like, what is this guy doing?
I mean, you guys are pretty loud, but come on, outside. You were playing at the Store Club. I remember because it was like 2 p.m. at the Store Club, and me and my now wife and another friend were just walking by. We were not going to the Store Club because it was like I didn't even know it was open. It was like 2 p.m. and I heard you guys from outside. We literally walked by, and I just like stopped and I was like, let's go in real fast. And you had like 2 songs left. And I remember, you guys finished, and I went straight up to you and started talking to you. And then the bartender came up and was trying to kick you out because you were under 21 at that time.
Yeah.
I gave you my card, and you guys called. That was it. And I was like, yeah, let's record it. Like, let's meet up and have some pre-production. You're like, yeah, we're in Phoenix or whatever,
Yeah, sorry.
We made it work. It was cool. I was stoked you guys came out. I was like, okay, we'll never work with each other. It was worth a try. But then you're like, oh no, we'll drive to you. We'll bring all.
Hell yeah, dude.
It was great. Yeah. So that was the Bring the Insects.
I didn't know any better anyways, but it worked out for both of us because I don't know anybody here. Well, now I know that there's Ghost Town Studios here in Jerome, and they have a pretty pro setup and whatever, but I don't know, man. I don't know. You know how it is. I like familiar things, and I'm used to working with you, and that's cool.
Yeah. And we've done 2 records in a total of 4 days, so.
I know, man. I know. Yeah, next time, hopefully we have some more time, and that would be really cool to flesh something out. I'm really trying to get some features put up together. My buddy Jack Acid is going to feature on one called Ain't Got Nothing to Smoke. And have you heard of Patron? I keep sharing him on my Facebook.
I don't think that's popped up for me. No.
But this guy, Patron, man, he's a musician from France, but and he did an album with Alan Johannes from Them Crooked Vultures and Queens of the Stone Age, and
nice.
In 11, and also Joey Castillo, Nick Oliveri. Who else? There's another drummer for the Arctic Monkeys, I think. I could be wrong on that, but dude, I talked to that guy briefly, and he's way cool, man. And he was like, yeah, dude, I'm down for a feature, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I'm yeah, we cool. Could totally do that. That would be huge.
It would be really cool, man, if we could all hook up and.
Is he in LA or somewhere else?
Well, he's kind of split, man. He's from France, but he's in LA a lot. So I always see him posting.
Let's go to Paris, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's not the best time right now, but.
Right.
Cool, dude. Yeah,
it's not ready anyways.
Yeah. We'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked on that. The vinyl's coming out soon. It looks the artwork is really cool. And I'm glad you went Pirates Press because their print the quality of their prints it just looks so clean and nice and just exactly like what you give them basically. So I'm stoked to finally have a copy of that at some point and just be able to
yeah, dude. I got them.
2 years
got them right here. Yeah, man, these turned out really cool, actually. I've listened to 3 of them so far, and they all have their, little unique pops and stuff. And because I thought maybe, I was listening to Snowburn on one, and it crackled pretty hard on one of the things, and I was like, I hope it's not like that on all of them. I'm not really too familiar with vinyl. I've only had a few. I used to have a record player, and someone else has it now. And so I went and bought another one, nice. Right? And but I don't know, it was twice as expensive. It was $100, and I don't know if that's expensive or not. I just hooked it up to my own speakers, and the speakers sound great. But dude, this thing is funny, dude, because I was playing these records, and immediately I noticed that all the songs are slow by half of a pitch, maybe like a half step. There you go. One note slow. And I don't know if I just got like a bug unit or whatever, because we put it on another record player and it was fine. But I just thought it was really funny listening to all these records in slow motion.
Slow down, like even slower.
Yeah, it was like noticeable, man. And I don't know if it's because I'm on solar power. Like I don't have actual
that might be it, yeah. Dude, when I was working at a mastering house, there was a connection of this dude who makes like top of the line turntables, like 5-figure turntables that he sells for people. And the mastering engineer I worked for had him come in, and he literally gave us like a lecture that took 2 days about like how to properly set up a turntable. 2 days. And I was like, I had pages and pages of notes because like the mastering engineer had a plan to do something that I don't think she ever did. But I won't get into it in case she's still trying to do it. But I was just like, this is too much, man. Like if you know, like I don't care that much. Like I just want to drop the needle, and if there's a problem, I'll just Google how to fix it. But seriously, measurement tools and like all this stuff, and I was like, no. And that's no one who's buying these records is doing that. You know what I mean? Like
seriously,
you gotta sound good on the turntable. Yeah,
I thought it sounded kind of killer, dude. It's all like you know.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. Maybe we should talk about some of the production stuff because there's some pretty cool things that we did. I think the first thing is the mono drums. I remember being on the plane from flying to Phoenix, and I think I had the idea there. I was like, maybe we should do mono drums. And I remember I floated the idea to you either like in person or over text or something. You're just like, yeah, dude, I was thinking of that. Like from the get go, we should do it that way. Like, fuck yeah. That was really, I think, important to how it turned out.
Yeah. Right off the bat. I mean, cause actually me and that, the other drummer dude had been talking about mono drums or mono music in general. And then, because it's kind of like in your face, you know what I mean? And then, but the mono drums was really cool anyways, because on this record, drums was kind of like, it was just meant to be like the spine of the music. And it was just meant to let everything else breathe a lot. So it was kind of cool in a sense that it let all the guitars breathe, let some of like the reverb breathe really well. You can hear it stand out very clear on some tracks, or like the bubbling, warbling vocals on Silver was really cool too. You could hear that, and I don't know. I feel like it clears up a lot of space having stuff in their own lane.
Yeah,
you know? Like
totally. Yeah, because obviously for a record like this, I think one of the most important things is the guitars, and like you're so like super meticulous with the tones, and they weren't the same for every song. You know, and the time was spent with you dialing in, and I remember hitting a couple takes, and we'd have to go back, and you'd have to like, nope, not quite there. And I remember we were running through your Marshall, and we had some mics up, and we wanted more low end ultimately, so we had like a signal splitter. So we had the signal running into your Marshall, and then a duplicate of the signal running to your bass amp.
Right.
We had both of those getting recorded at the same time for the same performances, and having the mono drums and that just, you know, the guitar sound, and then just a low mic, like for just low end for the guitar tone. Like when it came to mix, it was so awesome. It's just like drums are in the middle, bass is in the middle, vocals are in the middle, and the left and right is just guitar, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty rad.
Frequency assaults all the time. And yeah, I especially like Into the Moonlight. I love the tone on that one.
That's my favorite tonal advice.
Yeah, the fuzz on that was perfect. You know,
it was, man.
I feel like
crusty fuzz.
I think we have some footage from the sessions where you were just like, "Oh man, we got to do this song next because we've got the tone fucking dialed." I think it was Silver. Yeah. It might have been Silver Into Moonlight or something like that.
Exactly what it was.
Super cool.
And it was kind of cool, like, because I tried to stay true to like. Because I have those demos from like my mom's house when I was really young, man. And like basically what I did was I just would plug my guitar straight into my console, which is this thing right here.
Yeah. Nice, dude.
And like to get distortion, man, I would just
crank it all the way up. Yeah.
All the way up.
Yeah.
And so I just really tried to remodel that, just like that texture. I think texture is so important with guitar.
Yeah.
We really nailed it towards the end with In the Moonlight, Sink or Swim, Silver, and Damn the Reptiles had that same tone.
Yeah. Yeah, that was,
which was neat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of other cool stuff we did. I don't think I ended up making it onto the record, but I do remember at one point you wanted the sound of someone walking on the sidewalk or like on the pavement, and we like grabbed a bag and filled it with a bunch of rocks, and we had mics on it, and we were smacking it with different sticks and things like that.
Yeah, that was a really cool concept, and the song was good. I just didn't think it was good enough, you know. Yeah. And that's on me. But there's a lot of cool stuff like that. The mix was really cool, and I would like to revisit it, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I have a really cool riff that'll go with it now. It's kind of, I don't know, because the way we, like, the gain on it is kind of half gain. It's kind of like I don't know, man. I want to redo it. It's going to be better. It's just like Liar, Liar, man. Like I like the song, but, like, it's got to be better. It's not good enough.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what the studio was kind of capturing where everything was at that time. And I remember some of the songs that you'd sent me the demo recordings of from not even that long before we actually did the sessions, probably just a few months. And, like, I was kind of living on those for a long time. And then when we got to the studio and, like, how different certain songs had changed. Like, I remember Gators was an early one. Yeah. And it was completely turned upside down for the version that we actually recorded. And,
And to be honest, man, most of it is just the way that the drums were played. And I think I tuned down a step or tuned up a step, one or the other. But like you said, man, it really changes the feel of the song.
Yep.
And that song turned out really cool with the mood, dude. Like, I just love how it's. I guess with a lot of my songwriting, man, like, my song, the way I think of music is like an alarm almost sometimes, and having that, like, it almost sounds like an air raid siren, like,
it's very, and it's in fact, I think it's one of the ones you recorded that ended up on the album after the sessions. You Drive Me Crazy, isn't that the one that has, like, you think it's a guitar but it's actually the synth, or is it that the other one?
Well, I had synth in there, and I don't think we mixed it in very high.
There was one of the two songs that you recorded after that I mixed for the album that, like, one.
Don't Tell.
Yeah, that was so crazy because, like, I was listening to your demo and then I was pulling up the tracks and, like, you'd swear that's a guitar, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's a killer.
It's that Ampeg amp, man. Like, I have this secret where I just turn everything to 10 and all the switches to 10.
Yep.
And it really boosts the mid frequency a lot, and you get like a ringing noise almost in your ear when you stand in front of it. And it's really difficult to capture with. It's the same amp that I use for Burn the Insects, and we didn't capture that ringing. I think because I used his basic audio fuzz pedal, which kind of, like, I don't know, it changed the tone totally. But that Don't Tell recording is one of the only recordings that I've got of that thing where it sounds like real life, where it's just like. It's got like harmonic overtones almost, or something, like you're almost using a wah pedal on it or something. And it really worked well with the mood because it sounded, in one ear and then the other ear is the guitar, and they work really well together.
So intense. Yeah, I really like that one. That was really cool. It was when we did the mastering, it was super cool hearing it, like the final order, what the songs were going to be, and, like, just how it was going to be, like, as a package. And, like, I remember I burnt the CD because I had it in my car for a while just to make sure it was, like, perfect. And it just made me so happy anytime I would drive anywhere. You just want to keep turning it up. And, like, totally. That it's good. When you keep turning it up, it just sounds better and better and better. Sometimes you're up. Yeah. You're just like, oh no, this is a low volume type of album, but now this one, like, turn everything all the way up and it's fucking perfect.
Yeah, it's a powerhouse for sure. I love it, man. Every song turned out like a single almost. Like, it's like a collection of singles, Yeah. Each one can stand up on its own.
Do you want to divulge what so the album's coming out the 9th, right?
Yeah.
April 9th. Are there any plans in between now and then for like single releases or videos or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. We were gonna do another video for In the Moonlight in the cemetery here in Jerome, which is gonna be cool at night, obviously.
Yeah. And
I want like dancing women and stuff, like naked dancing girls, but I don't know how that's gonna fly.
But like that.
Yeah, you never know. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. So maybe we'll just do a straight up video with some fun effects or something. But like, I wanted it to be like that Masters of Reality song where it's called the JB Witch Dance, where he's all, and we have naked witches dancing in the like he says that every 2 seconds. It's like my favorite thing ever. Nice. So I really want the video to like kind of pay homage to that. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But hopefully I'm going to let the full album ride for maybe a month or 2 or 3, depending on how long the momentum keeps up on it. And then I'm probably going to release another song called We Ain't Got Nothing to Smoke. It's about pot, obviously.
Really?
It's really cool, man.
Nice.
It's going to have my buddy Andrew Hosley from Jack Acid singing on it, and he might play guitar or bass too or something for fun. But he's coming out next week, and we're going to record it. And
nice.
Cool if you want to make some master it.
But dude.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little shindig for that, and it's gonna be awesome, dude. It's really good, man. You're gonna like it.
Sweet. Yeah, dude, you're always writing, always new stuff, which is great because there's yet to be something I've heard that you've done that's been bad or shitty. It's all just like keeps getting better and better. Yeah,
and the cool part about it, man, is like you might not like it all, or someone else might not like it all. But I like the way that I play music because it's so different. Like every song that I send you is so different. Like one song could be,
yeah.
Or like screaming at the top of my lungs. But
yeah, it's almost poppy. A lot of the songs, like very melodic, very catchy. Like, and if you like arrange them differently, you could totally turn it into top 40 if you really wanted to, but like there's something about keeping the just drums and in your face guitar. Like it's so cool. It's so unique. I feel like there's so little music that's like that right now that I've heard.
Yeah. It's like, you got to keep it tough, but like, I don't really like tough music really, but like, you got to keep it like cool and like I really love the big sound and the big guitar sound, and I really love melody, man. Like there's nothing worse than a song with no melody. Like, yeah, I don't know, and you can't like force it either. And I've been really bad about writing choruses, and I just kind of started like doing them, and a few of them made it onto the album, which is cool. But like, yeah, man, that was my big thing, was I just want a really solid verse with a really cool like hook in it, and then focus on guitar stuff. But maybe next time I'll write a chorus for all my songs.
I think there's some bangers on there in terms of choruses. I mean, like Take Me Home's got a great chorus.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, they do, but like, they could be better.
Yeah. Well, I think as long as we keep doing stuff, it's just going to keep getting better.
Yeah,
it's cool that it's just been eras. Like the Burn the Insects era, was this one thing, and I was in my certain era of the Bay Area scene and how we did that at the school, and then transitioned into this record. And I mean, the credits is basically you and me for the entire album. Like, I just think that's badass.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to back being like, oh, I can't hear my snare drum when we're working on the vocals and stuff,
Yeah, man, it's probably going to be that way again. So I'll try and practice even more. But they're gonna be killer, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, that is really cool, man. Like the credits is literally just you and me, and then Dylan for artwork, which is really, really neat.
Yeah,
I guess that is pretty neat, man.
It's like a preferred way of working for me. It's really nice. Just, you got your shit together, and all I have to do is worry about myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to worry that you're not going to bring it, or, you know what I mean? and just hit the record button and like don't fuck up, and then something cool's gonna happen, you know?
That's right, man. Another good thing about like solo recording or, you know, solo engineering even is like you can really fine tune your own vision. Like sometimes, well, I've always kind of worked by myself, and so working with other people, I want to hear what they have to add, and a lot of the time I don't like it. So maybe it's just like a selfish trait that I have, but for me personally, man, like if I see a vision in my head, I want it that way. Like, and that's just the way it is. But
sometimes like having a band can make that difficult. Like unless there's a clear leadership hierarchy.
Definitely, man. Yeah, unless everybody's a paid gun, like they're gonna want that, put their input in it. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I've done plenty of sessions where it was just utter chaos, where nobody was in charge and nothing got done, and the product at the end nobody was happy with. You know what I mean? It was all
for sure. There's no worse feeling after that. You're like, well, fuck, I could have done this or that. And like, but yeah, I mean, speaking of bands and stuff, like, just started playing with this dude Joe here in Jerome. And he's like the maintenance guy in town's son, which is really cool because they have access to all these buildings in town. A lot of the like half the buildings here are like deserted. So it's really cool, man. Like, we practice in one of the old accounting buildings, and it's just huge. And they got a whole setup with these like huge monitors, dude. They're like, I don't even know what they are. 218s, I guess, with like more 18s on top and all the PA equipment. It's really neat, man. Yeah, and he's been doing really well, which is cool. I've been trying to tame him back on the double pedals.
He's the drummer?
Huh?
He's the drummer?
Yeah, he's the drummer, Joe Westcott. So he's a really nice guy. He's real young. He's 21.
Oh, nice. But, yeah, I was in San Jose a couple weeks ago recording Kook, and Paul was telling me that his son Owen had been jamming with you a bit, which is cool.
Yeah, man. Me and Owen played for a bit, and I really wanted him to move here, like with me, so that we could play all the time.
Yeah.
Because he was playing a lot like Ginger Baker, like, like, and like I literally had to teach him how to play a like he just wasn't like programmed that way, like ever since he started playing. And then dude, he's been sending me videos like every week, dude. Like, he's really good now. Like he's really transformed into a pretty solid drummer, which is really neat, man.
Yeah.
So that option's still there, man. I was thinking about what's that?
It'd be so cool, like if, you know, because Carl and your dad were in a band, and if like you guys were able to form something and like keep the legacy alive, you know?
Yeah, dude.
It'd be so rad.
No joke, man. I would love for Owen to play with me someday, man. And I even shot around the idea of there was another band that had like a little audition thing or whatever that I did in Fresno. And that's pretty close. It's like 2 hours from the Bay Area. And I was like kind of shooting around the idea of moving back and then playing with Owen and Carl too. And do you know Steve McCauley?
You know, I think we are mutual friends on like Facebook or something, but I don't think I've ever met him.
He played with my dad and Carl as well. And yeah, dude, he gave me like my first guitar lessons pretty much to be like, you know, okay, this is a G chord, this is a E chord or whatever.
Nice.
And then it was really cool, man, because he really implemented the deal of match the note with your ear. And like, I think that really helped me like play by ear a lot. But that guy's so good, man. He's in a band called BT Saints. If you ever seen that.
Yeah. Is he the main guy? The lead guy?
No, he's not the singer. He's the guitar player. He plays like these huge custom cabs.
No, he's the only one in BT Saints I haven't met then.
Oh, maybe.
What's his name? Kelly is the main guy?
Kelly's the main guy, yeah.
Yeah, I met him at a Kook show, and then Michael Drummer used to be in Kook, so I recorded the first Kook record, and so I know him through that. Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in that band.
Yeah, so like it would be really cool to collaborate with those guys at some point too.
Totally.
I would really like that. Keep the legacy alive for sure.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
Bay Area fan.
I know, right? Fuck, man, what else can we talk about?
I don't know, dude. So, I mean, I'm just stoked for this thing to come out. Like, there was kind of a while in the middle where I was so proud of it when we finished the recording and we're getting into mixing and stuff, and then just like, man, like, it's just got to like come out at the right time. Just like be like, cause I don't know. I'm glad it's coming out. I'm glad that it's happening now. You know what I mean?
Me too, man.
The team you have behind you and like all the stuff that you're doing in the posts, and I'm seeing all the love from like the blogs and things like that.
Yeah,
cool
it's been snowballing, which is good, man. Like, I got a hold of some pretty cool contacts, and they've been really helpful for all that stuff. And the social media is hard, you know, like it's hard to post. Like, it's not hard to like something, or it's not hard to like comment cool on something, but like it's hard to keep content flowing and like whatever, man. Having those like little write-ups and stuff, and you know, shares and all that, it really keeps it relevant without really having to do anything.
It's nice because you can put in what you put in, and then having content kind of just coming from other people that you can just be like, yo, here's this thing that they talk about. I don't have to come up with words. That one write-up that you sent, I forget who it was, but the dude's vocabulary. Oh my God. Every single sentence was so descriptive. There's like 10 words per sentence that I was just like, I don't even know if I know what the definition of that is.
Yeah, man. Every word was like the conflicts of the secret desire in your mechanisms. Yeah, it was crazy, man. But
I had to copy and paste, but then the article was not working for me for a little bit. I should go back and look through it again.
It was definitely bizarre, that's for sure. There's been some really cool things like on social media, though, like now that we brought that up, like the snowburn video. We actually forgot to bring, we recorded it about 200 feet from our practice studio, just under, it's like called the Audrey head frame, and it's like the oldest head frame in Arizona or something for mining. And that was really cool. But we forgot our cables and like a microphone stand, and so we went back up the microphone stand, forgot the cables, and we're like, we don't want to go back, screw it, you know. I was like, just hold the camera at the end of the mic so you don't see that there's no cord plugged in.
Of course, the video was like perfectly featured that it wasn't plugged in.
Well, she didn't know that, and you know, she's doing like this, and she dressed back just a little bit, and like it's like focal point in the, you know.
That was like number one. Someone pointed that out.
Seriously, yeah, comment number one. It ended up being a good thing. Like, when I was editing the video, I was like, man, I'm going to get, like, ripped a new one for not having a cord put in the thing. I was like, I really don't want to refilm it. Let's just go for it. I don't care. Yeah. And then, so we upload it, and, you know, of course, people start commenting on that.
Yeah.
But it was really cool, man, because I guess with Facebook, the engagement puts you back up at the top of people's news feeds and stuff, and it like snowballed and kept like people kept commenting. People were defending us, like, dude, it's just like random strangers. Yeah, and it ended up being really beneficial. And like I tried to do it again for You Drive Me Crazy. I did the same thing. I had the focal point on. I actually did it with a lot of things. There's a bunch of secrets in that video where like the guitar cables are only like half plugged in. Or, like, stuff like that. Like,
that's really wrong, because everyone's always just staring at the gear the whole time, you know, like, what are the amp settings?
Seriously, you know, my amp is on standby,
completely down.
Exactly, man. You know, there's little Easter eggs like that in the entire video, and I think we're going to do that in everyone. Unfortunately, only one person commented about the loose wire, and it was in Spanish, so like, I don't know how many people could read that or whatever, but
hey, it's in the universe, and if it becomes like a laser beam thing, like they're always going to be there for people to go back and look at. If anybody watches this now, maybe they'll like have their eye out for stuff like that, which is cool.
Yeah, there's always secret little things going on, or like the first one that we did though was the big FU on the drum head.
yeah.
I made that kind of obvious, but.
Cool, man.
But yeah, man, that was cool. It like snowballed, and that helped push a lot of people towards the band, dude. And a lot of people saw from that, like a lot.
I was catching on to some. I think it was like Billy Goat from Doomed and Stone before they did the release with you guys. There was some. The Facebook algorithm is so weird because it like popped up on my feed or something where it was like somebody else commenting to him. Like, or posting to him or something, and like telling him about Laserbeam, being like, dude, if you don't know about this yet, you should look at this. Like, nobody that I knew. I don't think there's anybody you knew. And it was just cool seeing like
it was just like a common mention.
Behind the scenes stuff. I mean, like someone who we don't know likes it and is telling other people to listen to. And I was like, damn, yeah, I don't do that often. You know what I mean?
That's way cool. And that was a little while ago, huh? Like maybe a month ago.
Something like that. Yeah.
But that's kind of cool too. I've seen a few of those as well. Just like, you know, you're in the Stoner Doom Manifesto group or whatever, and like they're always like, you know, who's your favorite band of March 2020 or whatever, 2021, and they'll be like, you know, I've seen it before. Scrolling down, they'll be like, this dude Bob that I've seen comment before, Laser Beam or whatever, and he's done it a few times now, and it's pretty cool having like those dudes just those are the guys that you want on your team, you know what I mean? Like those are the cool guys. Like hell yeah. I'm down with that.
That's super exciting. I'm just excited to see what happens. Like, I was so stoked on the Burn the Insects thing when that happened because it was like attached to the label. And I think like at that time for me, that was probably the first label affiliation project I'd ever done. So that just for me, that felt like a huge milestone and like it getting like write-ups and like because I was still pretty fresh at that point for engineering, and I was just like, oh my god, like I'm attached to this thing that's like doing stuff and like holy shit. So this, having it still happening and just getting better. Like you're getting better. I feel like maybe I might be getting better, but I don't know.
We all are, man. Definitely.
Yeah, like, I'm just stoked to see what happens with just this project. You know, what the next thing is going to be, and I think it's cool that you're thinking of doing the monthly releases because that's a big tactic that people are using right now that seems to be working pretty good.
It works really well in hip hop. I've noticed. Like me and another friend were talking about this, where that's kind of the model, and it because I'm not going to go into it, but releasing every month is kind of the way to go. And then I think maybe at the end of the year, really like compile them into an album, maybe, or because you got to stay fresh somehow, and you got to keep relevant.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's just
social media is its own job that you have to also do until you can like just pay someone to do it, which is the dream ultimately, like to not have to worry about it and just let it be. But,
yeah, that would be cool.
Cool, man. It's been a while. It's probably Zoom's probably going to kick us off soon, but is there anything else you want to bring up or talk about?
I mean, no. I mean, I wish I could think of anything else. I really can't, to be honest, but I'm excited for the future for sure. I'm excited for, you know, I want to bring you in on a lot of these collaborations with some of these other guys, which would be really cool. And just got to keep pumping out the music, but quality music.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. You got anything to add?
I think we about covered it for now, you know. Just buy the record on when it comes out. So are the vinyls going to be available for today as well, or is that going to be a little after?
Vinyls are going to be a little into May, I think.
You can pre-order it right now.
Yeah, you can pre-order now, and you know, if you order it, I'll give you a download code, you know, immediately, so that you could just get it on the 9th when it comes out, so you're not waiting or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. CDs and digital are out on the 9th, which is gonna be cool. I have to mail those all this week, which is gonna be fun.
That's probably a good job.
Seriously, yeah. Get off work at like 10:30 and it's like, all right, time to mail these orders.
Next job, yeah. It'll be worth it, man.
Yeah, totally. And I love doing that, man. Like, I don't know. I think it's so cool, man. I think it's so cool. It's so cool. People want it. That's awesome. You know.
That's the ultimate, dude. There's so much music out there, and for other people to connect with it the same way that you are and that I do, it's very refreshing and reassuring. Cool, man. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, me too, man.
I figure we should, since we're the two people with our names on it, we should, you know, maybe talk about it. So. Hell
yeah. Yeah, it sucks we lost that first one, but this makes up for it. So.
Yeah. Right on, dude. We'll talk soon, and stoked for April 9th to roll around.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
Rock on, dude. Well, take it easy, huh?
Right on, man. Yeah, it was good talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon, dude.
Sounds good. Peace out.
All right, man. See ya.